Hey everybody, it's Monday, December 15th, 2025. It's been a while since we've done a video because there really hasn't been much going on except work. The other thing that has not been going on is rain. Some of you I've talked to and told you how low the pond is. We did have a drought when we first bought the property before I was doing videos, and we saw the peaks of some of these things. But this is the lowest we've ever seen it. This area of Florida is in, I don't know, what's above extreme drought. This is pretty crazy and pretty bad, but I'm kind of a believer that everything happens for a reason, because we're in the process of building the house finally. These guys showed up today. They're the guys framing up the form boards for the concrete. So the fact that it's nice and dry and they can get their equipment down there, they're tearing up less, and it's going to be a lot easier on them. Plus, I think the whole construction process will be better. The concrete's going to end about right here, I think, and then the deck is going to extend out over there, so there'll be pillars out here for the deck. But the front of the house will be facing this way. You know, the thing with 32 acres, a lot of you don't know is that even though we've got this much land, we do have neighbors right there, and when the trees are pretty thin, you can see the house and all the stuff in the backyard, which is kind of an eyesore, but they were here first. I think I've said that before. The house is going to be here, obviously, and it's going to be a 2-car garage here. We've talked about this before. We're required to have a 2-car garage because there's an HOA, but at some point with this, we'll put up a privacy fence, but there's really only like 2 or 3 windows that actually face this way. So, you know, all the looks or views from the house are going to be towards the pond or up towards the front of the property. With everything they got to do, this is probably going to be a week or 2 project. So I'm thinking maybe a month out before we do concrete, just because they got to come in and put the sewer drains in and all that stuff. But it has begun. Now here we are, day 2, skipping ahead because this stuff takes time. This is the dirt they scraped to get rid of all the grass, by the way. But they made some progress today. They've been working on the stem wall down here. So that's made a lot of progress. I'm sure that's fairly complicated. So this is where the edge of the house will be. And you can see holes here dug for the concrete pilings for the deck. Again, nice work in progress. We'll see what they get done tomorrow. Here we are again the next day. It's Wednesday, December 17th. They got the footers poured for the stem wall. Again, this is going to be basically the outer edge of the house. The deck's going to be out there. I'm really curious why all these, which are the posts, all have rebar sticking out of them except for that one. So I'm gonna have to ask some questions tomorrow, just from my own understanding. I'm sure there's a reason, or they forgot. If they forgot, they gotta probably wait for it to harden, dig it out, and redo it, would be my guess. And I did talk to the building official. he said that he did catch one thing, and that was something about rebar. So that may be what he was talking about. But not knowing what he was talking about visually, I didn't ask many questions. But I had to talk to him in regards to something at work today. But regardless, still no rain. We're supposed to have maybe an inch of rain tomorrow, God willing. It really looks funny out there, but you can see where the trench was originally dug, the deepest part. That's still probably 2 or 3 feet deep right there. My guess is it's probably 2 or 3 feet deep in all the spots where there's still water. But it looks really weird. We need rain. But so far, still good progress out here. Fast forward a couple days, it's Christmas Eve, 2025. They really haven't made a lot of progress. We had a day of rain, so I'm guessing they had to let it dry out, but we got all the concrete blocks delivered. They delivered the masonry sand and cement today. So they're really gearing up to get going here. I think I showed you this in the previous video, but they've got the footers in for the stem wall. So again, this is the outer edge of the house. Our master bedroom is going to be right back over there. And then these are for the pilings for the deck. It's going to be right out over the edge of the pond. So even though not a lot of progress has been made, which is fine, I'm in no rush, but definitely getting all the tools and the material out here to really start going at it full swing, it looks like. So pretty good start, or I guess a finish to 2025. But we do still need rain, if that isn't obvious, because the pond is getting super dry. We had maybe half an inch of rain in the past month, but that's really it. In the past 3 or 4 months, we've had 0 rain. So everybody around here in Jefferson County, their ponds are all dried up, so at least ours has little pockets of water, but it's really kind of an eyesore right now, but oh well, it'll change. Again, I think it's probably the best thing out here, because otherwise it'd be pretty messy and pretty muddy down here while they're doing this stem wall if we had gotten a bunch of rain. So everything happens for a reason, but making progress. Merry Christmas, everybody, from Deer Run Farm.